All right. Let me assess your letter word by word and give you
This
the
is too
feedback.
much bigger one because we have to shorten more than this.
So you can't see this the whole letter or not?
I know I write, but if
Mm-hmm.
we wanna write more about the anticipated patient needs
That's
and the
right.
physiotherapist and
Yes.
yeah,
So
so we have to detected points from his social history.
that's right. Okay. So what you could have done is that you have to count the words that you have written down in the body of the letter.
Yeah.
If it
Mm-hmm.
is below 200 words, ideally
Mm-hmm.
you should be all right. If it is below 220 words, then it is also good. Okay, there is no harm in that, but you should not include any irrelevant case notes. Okay,
Yes.
the case notes that are already known by the addressee should not be included. Similarly, the case notes which are not going to help the addressee in providing better care to the patient should not be included as well. Okay, so there are two kinds of case notes that need to be avoided. Anyway,
Okay.
let's go through this. You have written down the nurse in charge and then the district nursing service, Greenville Community Healthcare Center, 88 Highton Road, Greenville. That's good. And then 16 July 2017. That's all right. But when you write down the date on the top, you don't need to place a comma. There is no grammar mistake. It is just the representation. Okay, so you don't need to use 16 July comma. Okay,
All right. Mm-hmm.
you can just simply mention 16 July without a comma. So 16 July 2017, whatever the year of, is it 2017 or 2016? I think
17.
yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, all right, then that's fine. Okay, so without comma, but there is no grammar mistake. It's not a grammar mistake actually. Dear sir slash madam, that's good. Your handwriting looks good. At least people are able to read it and follow you. That's a good thing. Regarding Miss Margaret Helen Martin, comma, aged 81. That's good. All right. Let's go through the introduction paragraph. So I'm writing this letter to discharge Miss Martin, comma, who has undergone angioplasty repeated in our hospital. Okay. This comma needs to be removed. Okay, the first comma here after Miss Martin, comma needs to be removed. Give me one moment. I'm getting a call. Sorry, just one moment. All right. So the first problem is 16 July, comma, and then here you shouldn't use the comma because you're not adding additional information after this hospital. Do you know what I mean? So if you
Yes,
put
sir.
additional information, then you put another comma, and then you provide the additional information. But in this case, you don't need to. So you don't need to place a comma here. So comma who, remove this comma please. Okay.
Okay.
This comma please. Okay. And then the next one is, okay, who has undergone angioplasty repeated in our hospital. That's all right. Although, remember one thing, that although is not a connecting phrase. No, it's not a connecting phrase. I think you have committed the same mistakes in your the previous letter as well. The one that I gave you the feedback, I believe. Okay. Although, okay, there is a difference between the connecting phrases that are used to connect two sentences and the phrase that connects one part of the sentence with another part within a same sentence. Okay, although comma needs to be removed. Remove this comma please. When you use
Sir,
although,
actually, when you give me the overview about the writing and the mentioned over their examples, I put it line from there. Although he is progressing well, he requires your assistance for ongoing management.
that's right, yes, but you didn't you shouldn't place a
I
comma there.
take this word from there.
No, where in which letter?
Uh, The tips and tricks, the page, that one. You show me about the tricks about writing.
Yes, but you should not. No,
Over there.
it's not there. I'm pretty confident about that. Anyway, I will share with you. I'll show you. Once we finish this assessment. Okay.
Yeah, because I write everything from your writing tips and tricks.
Okay.
When you mentioned examples, 2 examples. The second one, I am writing this letter to refer Mr. John, who has undergone hip replacement surgery recently. Although he is progressing well, he requires
There
your
should be a comma.
assistance for on.
After that, there's a
Yes.
comma. Yes, you're right. But I didn't place comma after although. I didn't
Okay.
place a comma
After
here.
all, though, okay. You are talking about the comma, right?
Comma, yes. After although, there shouldn't be any
Yeah,
comma.
yeah. There is no comma. Yes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is wrong. The one that you have placed is wrong. So although she is
although is
progressing
good.
well, yes, that's all right. I mean, I'm talking about the commas only, the punctuation marks. Okay, not about the although. So although she is progressing well, okay, but she. Okay, all right. I'll tell you one. Okay, but still. Okay, but and although are the same thing. We can't use them together in one sentence. It's wrong.
Although she is progressing well, still she needs your
But
assistance.
where is that but?
Okay, but I have to remove it, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, remove but. But still needs to be remove but from here. Okay. You can use, she still requires instead of writing still she requires. The still could go after she, okay? And then don't write needs. Needs is an informal phrase, okay? She needs, no, she requires. It's better to use formal words, okay? Formal words are the best way to improve your score under vocabulary. If you use formal words, you'll get really good score under vocabulary. Do you understand what I mean? Are you there? Hello?
Hello, sir. I'm here, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to use she requires instead of she needs, okay?
She needs.
Needs is an informal word. You need to ensure that you write down only the formal words in your letter, okay?
Yeah, she requires.
Yeah, she requires your assistance. Yes, that's right. Hence, you are being requested to provide further care.
And we gonna.
You don't need to include this sentence. It doesn't add any value here. You can just mention here. She requires your assistance for further care. Or you can say she requires your further care. That's it. You don't need to write down this particular sentence. It doesn't make sense.
Hence, you're being requested to provide further care.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't add any value. There's no grammar mistake, but hence, and then the whole sentence can be removed. You don't need to write it down here. But she needs assistance. Instead of writing assistance, your assistance.
Yes. Still she requires your further care, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's okay.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And this whole sentence can be, I mean, in letter, we need to ensure that we don't write unnecessary words or we don't write longer phrases that do not add value to the letter. Do you know what I mean? If it doesn't add any value, you don't need to add it in your letter.
Okay.
In terms of her social history, okay, you can, whenever you start any letter, it is recommended to start with the name of the patient. I mean, you can say in terms of, instead of writing
of Miss Martin.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Miss Martins. That's much better.
Miss
Martins. Then you can use the personal pronouns after that. Once you use the name, her name here, then you can use everything. So you can use she, her, and everything. Okay, she lives in her own house in 23 3rd Avenue, Greenville. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, it's not in, but it is at.
At, yeah.
Yes, she lives in a home
At.
in. Okay, you have mentioned home in, but it is home at. At is the one which is used for the numbers and streets.
Yeah,
And then
but she lives her own house in.
no, not in.
So
Not in. I would like to tell
it's
you that.
at.
Okay, whenever you write down the street number, you have to use at before that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But if you use a suburb, for example, I live in Greenville, that's correct. I live in Blacktown, that's correct. I live in Marion, that's correct. I live in Sydney, that's correct. Because those things are the suburbs and towns and things like that. That's okay. That's not a big deal. But when you use
Okay.
the specific, smaller towns and smaller streets or roads or things like that, you have to use at before that. I mean, I live at, and then I live at Blacktown Road, Marion. Okay, that's the correct way of writing down. Okay, because she never married. Okay, why are you writing down this one? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Okay, when you're writing something, it needs to make sense. Okay, if you're using these kinds of phrases, because she is never married. Okay, she never married. Okay, so let's say. After the Greenville, use the comma because she never married. Okay.
Yes.
What you could have done is you could have mentioned Greenville and then put a full stop. That's it. Don't write down because she never married. That's not correct. So what you could have done is that if you wanted to include this information, you could have mentioned that in terms of Miss Martin's social history, comma, she is unmarried. She is unmarried. Okay, she is unmarried and she lives in her own home at 23 3rd Avenue, Greenville, and then put a full stop. So you don't need to use this because she never married. You should have mentioned
Okay.
she is unmarried. She is not married, or she is unmarried.
Okay.
Right. She has 3 siblings. Okay, who are living. No, who are living. It's not who living. Who are living.
Yes.
Who are living. Okay, who are living in nearby. Okay, you don't need to use near here. Who are living nearby. That's it. Okay, in, near, and then space by. This is wrong. You have to use nearby only. That's it.
Okay.
You don't need to use. Okay, I'm gonna mute your microphone because I'm getting lots of noise. But if you have any questions, you can unmute it. Okay, thank you. All right, so nearby is one word only. It's a one word only, and it doesn't need the preposition in before that. Okay, so it doesn't need any preposition. Okay, I live nearby. Okay, all right, that's okay, that's fine. All right, let me go to the next one. And contact her intimate. Okay, she had 3 living who are living nearby, and contact her intermittent. Okay, no, intermittently. It's not intermittent. Otherwise, you could have used maybe who contact her irregularly. I mean, like who do not contact her frequently or regularly. You could have changed it. Okay, but her intermittent. If you want to use the same phrase from the case notes, it's not good. You have to change it. But again, there is a mistake. In your sentence structure, you have to use her intermittently because we need an adverb to represent how they contact her. Okay, so this must be an adverb. She contact her intermittently. They contact her regularly. They contact her frequently. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you have to use. Okay, but it is again recommended to use different words. Okay, you can say, for example, and do not contact her regularly. Okay, that's much better because we would like to use as many synonyms and own phrases as possible. Okay, as many as we can. It's not necessary that for every word you need to write down synonyms, but it is highly recommended to use as many synonyms and as many equivalent phrases as you can instead of just copying the words from case notes. Okay, let's go to the next one. She has meals on wheels Monday to Friday, and she orders frozen meals for weekends. Okay, all right. So she has meals on wheels. That's okay. But for the duration, you need a preposition here. Okay, all right. I'll write it down. She has meals on wheels Monday to Friday, whatever the date. Okay, that's wrong. You should have mentioned she has meals on wheels services from Monday to whatever the date. Okay, she has meals on wheels services from Monday to Friday, and she orders frozen meals for weekends. That's okay. For weekends or on weekends. I think it's better to write down on weekends instead of writing for weekends. I think it's more appropriate to use on weekends. Okay, that is more appropriate. Okay, all right. In regards to her medical history, again you need to use in regards to her medical history, you have to use Miss Martin's medical history. Okay, all right. She is suffering from. Okay, you don't need to use suffering from because suffering from is an informal phrase. So replace this with experiencing, or you can use even has. She has celiac disease or whatever the disease. Okay, or you can say she is experiencing celiac disease. Apart from that,
Sir, I have already mentioned that she is a known case of celiac disease, coronary artery disease, hypertension, or hypercholesterolemia.
yeah, but no, she
Right?
is a known case is okay. What I'm saying is that don't use this particular phrase.
Yeah.
It's an
Suffering.
informal
Yeah,
phrase.
yeah.
So you need to use
Yes.
something else. Okay.
Experience.
Yeah, experiencing, yes. Apart from that, she has history of coronary artery disease. No, she has a history of. She has history of something. That's wrong. She has a history of something. Okay. So you have to use an article before history. She has a history of coronary artery disease. Hypertension, don't use capital H. It's not needed. For all the conditions, we need to use small letters only. If C, capital C is if C is the capital letter, please stop doing it. I believe it may be a capital letter. Okay. Coronary artery disease, that must be coronary. Okay. Like small c. Okay. The same thing is
Yeah,
applicable
because
for hypertension
they
as well.
in case notes they mentioned
You need
with
to
the.
change it. You need to change it. Case notes are not appropriate. They are not grammatically correct. You need to understand one thing. Okay, you need to understand this, that the case notes have inappropriate use of articles or absence of articles, prepositions, inappropriate use of small letters, capital letters, punctuation marks, everything. Case notes only need to be taken as a guide, which means you have to change a lot. Okay, you have to spell the words correctly sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So hypocholesterolemia, so this is also you have to use capital H, sorry, small h. You have already used a capital H here. It's not good. Okay. Hypocholesteremia. Okay, all right. Let's say hypocholesterolemia. Hypocholesterolemia. Yes, I think, yeah, is that the correct spelling? Cholesterolemia. Cholesterolemia. Cholesterolemia, whatever it is. Okay. You gotta write down small h. Okay. Let me copy this. Whatever the condition, just write it down, but ensure that you do not use capital H before the conditions. Okay, or the disease, unless it is a first word. Okay, if it is a first word of a sentence, then you can use capital H or capital whatever the disease. That's fine. For the first word of every sentence, you need to start with a capital letter, and for that there should be a comma. For that, place a comma after that. Again, for that, comma She's taking Plavix, Tritus, whatever it is, Lipitor. What is this? Sorry. Is it anything? Any word here? Can you please unmute and tell me?
No, sir, this is nothing.
Nothing. Okay, this is nothing. Okay. And Lipitor respectively. You have to use and repeat Lipitor because there are 3 different medications. So what you should have done is whenever you list out the range of things before the final item, you have to place and. So it is Lipitor, isn't it? It's Lipitor and Lipitor. Okay. That's what you should have done. Okay, respectively, that's fine. In addition, she is wears. She is wears.
She wears. She wears.
Is
She
is
wears.
incorrect.
Is
Right?
is
Okay. She
yeah?
wears
Is not
hearing
there?
aid due to
Yeah.
hearing loss. Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay,
is not.
That's
Yeah.
okay. That's okay. There's no grammar mistake here. Upon discharge, this U sounds like a small U. This U sounds like a small U. Yeah.
Sir, actually, this is a bigger one. I
You
know
shouldn't-
sometimes.
Yeah, you can't just connect this one with the other. I mean, it sounds like small U. Although you write with bigger font, according to me, it's a small U. Okay. Right. So please be careful about it. Okay. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Then you have placed a comma. Let's go to the next one. Comma. If you could arrange regular home visits for her. Okay. All right. You have mentioned the comma here, right? So comma is not correct. You have to remove the comma. Okay. Appreciated. Comma. Remove this comma, please. Comma only can be placed if you start the sentence with the if. If you say, if you could arrange home visits to, to provide care, comma, it would be greatly appreciated. That's fine. I mean, if you reverse the order of these parts of the sentences, then you can place comma. If you don't, then you should not. For her, okay. All right, and what is this? Has the sentence completed yet? Did you place a comma? Is it a comma or a full stop?
Sir, I think nothing, anything.
There's nothing here.
Because sir, I have raised 2 times from here to sometimes, Because comma like in 3rd line if I want to put.
Okay, so there's a full stop here. But this one,
Yeah.
who can monitor her? No, that's not correct. Who? No, this is wrong. Because if you could arrange regular home visits, okay, did you write down anything here?
Yes, sir. Here, actually, I forget after that because
District nurse?
I mentioned if you could arrange regular home visits of a district or community health nurse for her who can monitor her post-operative medication, exercise, and dietary regimen.
So if you could arrange regular home visits by, it's not off, but it is by. Okay. So what you could have done is, okay, instead of writing off district health nurse, okay, instead of writing this, you could have mentioned by your district health nurse. Okay, this would have been much better.
So if you could arrange regular home visits of
by no, not off, it's by
your district health nurse.
That's right. That's right. Okay, by your district, or by a district health nurse, or by your district health nurse. And then the next one is you don't need to use for her. It's okay. We are all talking about this patient only. So for her can be removed. For her, remove this, please. Okay. And then this one, okay, look at this. Who can monitor? That's correct. Who can monitor? There should be a comma here. If you write down, more and more after that. So what you could have done is, okay, who can monitor? So in this case, you don't need to place a comma. I mean, if you don't add anything else after that, but let me go through this and I'll tell you. Who can monitor her post-operative medication? Okay, post-operative is one word only. Post-operative. Okay, you need to use one word only. It comes with a syllable, okay, in between, the hyphen in between. So it's one word only, okay, post-operative. That's the correct way of writing down. All right, let's go to the next one. Post-operative medication, exercise, and dietary regime. That's good. Please make an appointment with DR dietitian. Oh my God. Please make an appointment with DR, with the doctor. Okay, that's what you have to write. It's not DR. DR means that's a doctor. There's a doctor, there's a dietitian, and there is a physiotherapist. Okay, with the doctor. Okay, so what you could have done, you could have used with the doctor, because for the first time only we are writing down, right? So with the doctor, and then you have mentioned comma, dietitian, and physiotherapist, isn't it? All right, let me write down all these things in one go itself. So sorry. Physiotherapist. Okay, good. With a doctor, comma, a dietitian, and a physiotherapist. You have to use articles. Look at this. So you have to use an article before the occupations of people. If you have to go through, occupational therapist, you have to use an. If you have to use an ophthalmologist, you have to use an, because those nouns start with a vowel sound, okay? Whereas if you have to write down the words like doctors, dietitian, and physiotherapist, you have to use a before that, okay? So that is missing here. So you didn't use appropriate articles before that. All right, let's go to the next one. Did you place a comma after please? Can you unmute it, please? Gagan, could you please unmute it and tell me whether you have placed a comma here?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that comma is not needed.
Yes. Please make an appointment. Yes, sir, I did it.
Yeah, but that's wrong. You have to use, okay, please, comma, remove this comma, please. Exercise and diet regime. Please make an appointment with the doctor, dietitian, okay, and physiotherapist who can help her in diet and daily light exercises. Yes, that's good. Daily light exercise, that's good. Okay. Please arrange some regular family visits as she is suspected in danger of no. Okay, no, that's not good. Okay, again, please, comma is not needed. Don't place comma after please. Please, comma. Remove this comma, please. Okay.
Remove this comma.
So after please, don't place a comma. Don't place a comma.
Okay.
Please arrange some regular visits. Okay, as she is suspected, or you can say
as she is
this
suspected for.
No, the whole thing is incorrect. Okay, it's not correct. All right, and then this comma needs to be removed as well. This comma. Okay, family visits, comma. Family visits.
Okay, as she is suspected for social isolation.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go through that one by one. As she is, okay, as she is suspected to have social isolation.
Suspected to have.
Yeah, suspected danger of social isolation. You can say suspected to have social isolation. Okay, that could have been much better. All right. Okay, thank you for agreeing to provide further care to Miss Martin. Should you require any further information, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, do not is not one word. Do not is not one word. You have to place a gap between do and not. Please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, yours sincerely, comma, and then the ward nurse, cardiac unit, Greenville Hospital. That's okay. Everything else is all good. Okay. Let me go through the assessment. One, the first thing I have noticed in your letter is that your grammar isn't not good at all. Okay, grammar is an area of improvement. Okay, you need to go through these comments and then try to avoid these mistakes in your next letter. That is what the first thing you need to do. Okay, use of abbreviations should be avoided. You have used a doctor, instead of writing doctor, you have used a dr, which is not good. Okay, use of prepositions, articles, nouns and verbs needs immediate attention. You're not using all these things correctly. It's not good. So you have to be able to use correct appropriate prepositions, articles, nouns and verbs. Okay, also use punctuation marks appropriately. And the next thing is spelling is not up to the mark. You need to be very careful. Okay, you can't use DONOT, that is do not, in one word. Okay, that comes under spelling mistake. And post operative, that's not good. You have to write down using one word only. And then nearby, that's not good as well. Similarly, you have committed like at least 3 to 4 spelling mistakes, which is not good. And the selection of words, you have to use only formal words. Okay, avoid using informal words, please, because they will make your letter more informal, which is not good. Okay, you could have used more synonyms instead of copying the same keywords from there. Organization of case notes is good. I'm very happy with that. The way you have organized it is good. Presentation and layout is all right. You are able to give enough space between two sections, and then you have done all those things. That's really good. I'm very happy with that. But you have problems with the the major part of the assessment, that is grammar. It's not that good. Okay, you need to go through that and you have to rectify these mistakes as soon as possible. Okay, overall task fulfillment could have been better. All right, use sentences in passive voice. Passive voice is the best way of improving your writing skills, because it makes your letter more formal, which is what we are aiming at. Do you know what I mean? So proofread, spend some time to proofread. Okay, the expected score, according to me, this letter has so many mistakes. Okay, not the major ones, but also the the minor ones. So you have committed so many mistakes, around 34, which is not good. You didn't know how to use the small and capital test. We had to use small and capital test as well, which is not good. Okay, use of capital and small letters isn't good. So you didn't use small and capital test properly. Your grammar isn't up to the mark, You have got problems with the prepositions, articles, nouns, verbs, punctuation marks, and so on. So it's not that good. According to me, it's okay. Let me give you this. This letter sounds like a D grade letter. It sounds like a 230 out of 500 graded letter. Okay, I'll share this one with you, and you should be able to rectify these mistakes in your next letter. If you can do that, you'll be able to improve it to B grade.